I love all things paranormal, but nothing could have prepared me for this experience. Now, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I stay in a lot of places, hotels, Airbnbs, old houses, but nothing could have prepared me for this experience. Staying at the Marshall House Hotel in Savannah, Georgia, and this is my story. And what makes it worse is this isn't just some cute, spooky hotel. This place has history, real history. Now, the Marshall House was built back in 1851 during the Civil War. It was used as a hospital. Now, not just any regular hospitals. I'm talking about the type of hospital where people were screaming, bleeding, dying, and doctors were doing amputations with no anesthesia like it was normal. Then later, the building was used during the yellow fever outbreaks. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, this is perfect. It's giving spooky vibe, luxury. So let's stay here. But baby, I was not ready. So my room was on the 3rd floor. The kind of room where it's all the way at the very end of the corner, where the hallway seems longer and the air feels much cooler. Perfect. I won't be bothered here. It's my weekend. Oh, I also had a view of the cemetery nearby. Now, I remember looking out the window when I first got there thinking, this is scary aesthetic. This is giving ghost tour vibe. The room itself had this old war charm, antique furnitures, dark wood, giant 4-poster bed with heavy velvet curtains like a vampire lived there. The vibe was beautiful, but the energy was wrong. It wasn't spooky fun. It felt like the room was holding on to something, like the walls had memories. I got back late that night after exploring Savannah, eating, walking, doing touristy things. The hallway was very quiet, but the floorboard underneath me was creaking as if I wasn't the only one in the hallway walking. When I finally got to the bed, I tried to relax, but I kept getting that feeling like someone was standing somewhere in the room watching just out of sight. You know how you can feel eyes on you? Well, that's how it felt like. But I kept thinking to myself, girl, you've been listening to ghost stories all day. You need to calm down. So I turned over, pulled the blanket up to my neck, and forced myself to sleep. And this part right here is what made my skin crawl till this day. Because I just woke up suddenly. Not because I had to pee. Not because I had a dream. I woke up like something or someone called me out of sleep. When I opened my eyes, that's when I heard it. Now, it didn't sound like regular footsteps. It sounded like someone dragging their feet slow, heavy. It didn't actually sound like it was coming from the room. It sounded like it was coming from outside in the hallway. I laid there completely still, just listening. The footsteps were getting closer, and then they stopped right outside of my door. I remember my heart doing the thing where it starts pounding really hard. You can hear it in your ears. I was like, no, because the hotel hallway was supposed to be empty. Then, silent. No breathing, no talking, no elevator sound, just silent. And I kid you not, the door cracked. I watched it slowly opening by itself as if someone outside is opening the door. At first, I was thinking maybe it just didn't latch right. But then again, if it was just the wind or the building settling, why did it feel like someone was just standing there? It wasn't just darkness. It felt like a presence. And then I saw it. A figure. Tall, broad shoulders. And the moment it took its first step inside, the temperature dropped. And it wasn't like, oh, the AC kicked in. No. It felt like the entire room went completely cold all at once, like when you first open a freezer door. The moonlight from the window hit him just enough for me to see what he was wearing. An old military uniform. Civil War era, maybe? The fabric looked worn and stiff, like it'd been soaked in blood and dried 100 times. His face, oh Lord, his face was so pale and sunk in, and his cheek was so hollow, skin stretched like it didn't belong on him. But the worst part? The eyes. He had that look, like his body was there, but his soul wasn't resting. Like he was stuck. I was sitting up by this point, frozen. My body would not move. I wanted to run. I wanted to reach out for my phone. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't. The soldier was walking closer. No sound, no footsteps, just slowly walking towards me. I tell you, that touch was not human. It was cold. It felt like when you touch metal in the winter. The cold went through my skin. His hand did not just touch my shoulders, it touched my bone. And then he leaned closer with something black coming out of his mouth. Then he whispered, "You shouldn't be here." I tried to scream, but nothing came out. My mouth opened, but there was no sound. Like my voice had been stolen. And then he looked at me, not angry, not evil, more like he was sad, like he was warning me or something, like he didn't want me hurt, as if he didn't want anybody else in this room. And then he started fading. His entire form blurred like smoke, and before I could blink, he was gone. The room stayed cold for a long time after that. I just stayed wide awake, straight up in bed. I did not sleep again that night. I just waited until the sun came up. And when morning came, I checked out immediately. Before leaving though, I asked the front desk, trying to sound casual, "Hey, anyone else said anything strange about my room?" The staff face changed completely. Like they weren't surprised, like they were tired, like they've heard this before. They didn't even ask what I saw. They just looked at each other. Now one of the ladies leaned a little closer and said, "You're not the first to have seen him." Now that didn't make me feel relief at all. It made me feel sad, because that means whatever that soldier went through, he's still there, still walking, still warning people, still trapped. Now I have one question for you. Do you think spirits get trapped where they suffer? Or do you think the Marshall House is just something much, much darker than what they were telling people? Because before I checked in, I didn't even realize it was a haunted hotel. But what I experienced that night, I will never, ever forget until the day I die. What do you guys think of this story time? Let me know. Were you scared? Have you ever been to the Marshall House Hotel in Georgia? Or do you know anyone who actually stayed there? It was not my story. It was submitted from a subscriber from my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Thank you for watching. Bye. So we're going to touch up some stuff on this book. So in this book is called Spell of Abundance, Love, Wealth, and Protection. So in this book, on the first page, actually, I have a glamour affirmation that you will basically say, you stand in front of the mirror and you stare at yourself and you admire yourself and you will say to yourself how beautiful you are. You'll basically seal your beauty, like your glam, after you've done your makeup, or even stand in front of the mirror naked with nothing on, so you can really reaffirm yourself of your beauty, of your confidence, and all that. This book is mainly for like self-confidence and self-elevation, calling the goddess in you, calling the divinity in you, calling the beauty in you, and also work with the moon, because the moon represents the woman, the mother, water, all of this. So yeah, I have all the steps in here of all the spells that you need to. It has one to get rid of unwanted guests. It's pretty funny. To get rid of unwanted guests. And this book right here, right? So I'm gonna run down real quick about the materials that you're going to need. You will need a brand new broom. It has to be brand new. And you will need a piece of parchment paper, a black pen, a black trash bag, because we're going to get rid of this sucker, right? And of course your intentions. And also I have spells on here that you can say. I have daily affirmations, and also I have spells on here that you can do every single day to work with the energy of the planets of the day, and also the archangels that work with the day. So anyways, there's so many spells. There's a 7-day manifestation spell with archangels, and let's see, a 30-day money spell with bay leaves and the Fihu sign, which is a money sign. It's like an F with the extra part. Anyways, the symbol is there, and I even show you like what you need to do, what the sigil looks like, all that, and the keys to enhance your spell. So there are different things on here on how to enhance your spell, and basically